Hi everyone, my name is Bianca Rodriguez and I'll be going over why the minimum wage should be raised to living wage. Growing up, I was always told that you have to go to school, get an education, because you need to get a good job that you'll be able to live and survive off of. But nobody told me that I would be basically living through inflation. And just like you, just like me, a lot of us in our families, they've never been through inflation like we have been experiencing the past 2 or 3 years. Um, Minimum wage accepted by government is $7.25. If you think about it, that's a Starbucks coffee. Like, the fact that the government accepted such a low pay rate and expects us to survive off of is kind of crazy if you really think about it. In 2023, the estimated living wage for a family of four in the US is about $25.02 per hour, which approximately is about $104,000 annually. Mind you, that's for people who are working. Imagine a family of four, but there's only two working adults and two children. And we all know that children can be expensive. They want to go out to eat McDonald's, or they want to go buy toys, or you need to buy school supplies. So all of those extra expenses, those are not even included within the budget. And having to go to work and basically make a living off of only $7 is pretty unrealistic. Living wages, if we raise our living wage, our minimum wage to a living wage, we would see poverty reduce. Over the years, we've seen many homeless people increase, even in our own streets of downtown. There's so many homeless people, even in the neighborhoods. For me, I've seen an increase in homeless people around my neighborhood as well. It's kind of normal to now just see 3 or 4 different homeless people walking around, and it's honestly unsafe even for just regular people. A lot of those people, they have nothing to lose, they have nothing to look forward to, so we never know the intentions of those people. So for the safety of ours and then even for theirs, increasing minimum wage to a living wage would benefit all of us all around. The economic benefits of an increase in minimum wage is very important for us as well. We've all been told health is wealth with it, which is something that's very true. If we don't take care of our bodies and if we don't have the right resources to function and take care of ourselves, not only are we damaging ourselves and our bodies, but we could also potentially be hurting our future. So having that extra money to be able to not only pay our rent, pay our car note, pay our insurance, that money can go towards buying healthier foods. A lot of people nowadays, they turn to fast food because it's cheaper, which is obviously causing an increase in health issues within people like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. A lot of these are now becoming very common, especially in young people. A lot of people our age who are just in their beginning 20s, mid 20s, early 30s are now being diagnosed with so many health issues. And if we're able to put that money to the side and invest into our whole foods, good foods like vegetables, meats, all of the good foods like that, instead of McDonald's every day, Chick-fil-A every day, Pizza Hut every day, we'll be able to invest in our bodies. And not only that, we'll even be able to go to gyms. Like, a lot of people, they don't go to the gym because it's an extra expense that they need to put money to the side for, which is very true. But looking at the bright side, our health is more important ultimately. Senator Bernie Sanders was one who made a big focus within our minimum wage. He did a campaign about a few years ago, I believe it was like 3 or 4 years ago, where he stated that $17 should be at least the minimum wage for us to be able to make a living within inflation. So $17 and then $7.25 is a huge difference. And that huge difference between your paycheck can make a huge difference. Do you know how much that could go towards good foods, your car note, your house note? We would be able to make a better, effortless living. And I agree, Bernie. We do need a different minimum wage for us to make a living. Same thing with New York Post. They also made a statement how California's fast food workers are raising awareness for their minimum wage. They need a minimum wage of $20 to be able to live and survive. And most of the workers there, they are either single parents or they have families, and it's important to be able to go to work and provide for your family, provide for yourself. And with minimum wages, especially in California, we all know how expensive California is. It's never just $2 for one item there. It's typically like, I would assume, I've never been there, but I would assume something regular over there would be like $12. And going and living based off of a $7 pay raise is definitely not enough, especially in California. Overall, I do believe that us raising our minimum wage to a living wage would make a huge difference, not only in our society, but we would see a huge difference within middle class not having to live paycheck to paycheck. If I'm being honest and I'm going based off of society now, it kind of feels like there's a very faint line between lower class, middle class, and upper class, and it's just starting to feel like a lower and high class. Middle class, I feel like a lot of us are just living to survive, and we're not actually getting to live, experience life. And I think that that's a very important factor for us. Even around the world, there's been huge changes, like a huge decrease in childbirth in families. And I believe a really huge factor of that is people just understanding and knowing that, hey, I barely make this much money, so how can I afford to raise a family? Which is a really valid point, and is very important to take that into consideration before conceiving and bringing another life into the world. And I do believe that everybody has their own financial issues, their own personal issues that they go through, whether good or bad. But as much as people don't want to admit, money does make a good difference in our lives. And ultimately, I do hope that the world would see, and higher people would see, how much $7.25 is to a normal living class, and hopefully they'll be able to raise that for us.